sending shockwaves through the stadium and across the nation. Social media lit up with reactions. This wasn't your typical trash talk. It was a confrontation that felt deeply personal. The tension was palpable. Fans could feel the intensity from the stands. This was personal. It was more than just a game. LaFleur, normally composed and stoic, was visibly agitated. His usual calm demeanor was nowhere to be seen. His face was red, his jaw clenched. Every muscle in his body seemed tense. The fan, draped in Honolulu blue, was relentless. He was determined to make his voice heard. He shouted, pointed, and seemed to revel in the moment. His passion was undeniable. Security personnel and members of the Packers staff had to restrain LaFleur, pulling him away from the escalating situation. The scene was chaotic. Fans watched in shock, murmuring amongst themselves. This was a Thanksgiving Day game they would never forget. The incident quickly became a trending topic, with fans and analysts alike weighing in on the unexpected drama. As the game resumed, the energy in the stadium was different. The confrontation had set the tone for the rest of the day. Every play, every tackle, seemed to carry extra weight. The players fed off the crowd's energy. By the end of the game, the final score was almost an afterthought. The real story was the fiery passion that had ignited the field. Witnesses say the incident began with the fan yelling insults at the Packers players as they made their way onto the field. The atmosphere was already charged with excitement and tension, and the fans' aggressive words only added fuel to the fire. LaFleur, known for his loyalty and protectiveness of his team, wasn't going to let it slide. His reputation for standing up for his players is well known, and this situation was no different. He turned towards the stands, locking eyes with the fan. The intensity in his gaze was unmistakable, a clear sign that he was ready to confront the disrespect head-on. Words were exchanged, but the exact content remains unclear. Some say it was a mix of heated accusations and defensive retorts, each side unwilling to back down. What is clear is the intensity of the exchange. The air was thick with tension, and the surrounding crowd could feel the palpable animosity between the two. LaFleur's body language screamed frustration and anger. His clenched fists and furrowed brow were visible signs of his inner turmoil. He gestured emphatically, seemingly trying to make a point. His hands moved with purpose, each motion underscoring the seriousness of his words. The fan, fueled by the energy of the moment and perhaps a few Thanksgiving spirits, gave as good as he got. His animated reactions and loud retorts matched LaFleur's intensity, creating a spectacle that drew the attention of everyone nearby. The confrontation sent a ripple effect through Ford Field. Players from both teams stopped their warm-ups to watch the spectacle unfold. Commentators struggled to make sense of what they were seeing. Social media exploded with reactions, some condemning the fans' behavior, others praising LaFleur for defending his team. The incident cast a shadow over the pre-game festivities. The usual excitement and anticipation were replaced by a sense of unease. Everyone was left wondering, how would this impact the game? Section 4. Thanksgiving Showdown, a game of inches, in Detroit. The game itself was a back-and-forth affair. The Lions, energized by their home crowd, came out swinging. The Packers, seemingly shaken by the pre-game incident, struggled to find their rhythm. The Lions jumped to an early lead, but the Packers clawed their way back. The lead changed hands several times. Big plays were made on both sides. The tension, already high from the pre-game incident, was amplified with each snap. In the end, the Lions emerged victorious, winning by a field goal as time expired. Final score: Lions 27, Packers 24. Section 5. Beyond the sidelines, the lingering impact. While the Lions celebrated their hard-fought victory, the atmosphere was electric, filled with cheers and jubilation from fans and players alike. However, the pre-game incident continued to be a topic of discussion among commentators and fans, overshadowing some of the post-game celebrations. LaFleur, in his post-game press conference, acknowledged the exchange but downplayed its significance, stating that such incidents are part of the game. He emphasized his focus on the game and his team, reiterating that his primary concern was always the performance and well-being of his players. The incident serves as a reminder of the passion and intensity that surround the game of football, where emotions can run high both on and off the field. It also highlights the fine line between fan enthusiasm and crossing the line into inappropriate behavior, a balance that is often difficult to maintain. While it's understandable for coaches and players to feel protective of their team, especially in high-stakes games, it's important to maintain composure and rise above provocations, setting a positive example for fans and younger players. In the end, the game itself should be the main event, showcasing the skills, strategies, and sportsmanship of the players, not the drama that unfolds on the sidelines, which can detract from the true spirit of the sport.